Today, we start season 4 of our draft-only franchise on NBA 2K24, and this figures to be the best one yet. A lot of excitement around the team as we have 2 exciting rookies in our starting lineup and another one coming off the bench. I think we have a really awesome looking lineup. By far the best we've had in our first 4 seasons here of this series. I think this team has a chance to at least be decent, if not just outright good. For the first time in this series, I have made an actual rotation timeline, and I haven't done this in the first couple of seasons for a couple of reasons. One is that I didn't really care about being good, and I do this year, and we didn't really have enough talent on the team to really care so much about who was on the court when. And this year, I really wanted to make sure that we always had starters on the court. We have kind of really this 4 core in our starting lineup right now with Stevens, Mullins, Pope, and Lowry. And I wanted to make sure that we never had any minutes without any of them on the court. In fact, for all but 4 minutes, we have at least 2 of them on the court at all times. You'll see that Pope and Stevens have their minutes exactly mirrored. The only time we only have 1 starter on the court is Sidney Lowry here for the last 4 minutes of the third quarter. Other than that, Lowry and Mullins' minutes are really mirrored. Of course, I'm not committed to this lineup being it for the entire season, but this is what we're starting with. And you'll notice, I know that there's some people that for sure want Christian Davidson in the starting lineup. He has that really high potential. Here's the reason he's on the bench, and I just want to get ahead of this because I know there are going to be comments about Davidson starting. There already were in last offseason, and that's fine. I understand why people want Davidson to start, but here's why he's coming off the bench for me. I think he's going to get more shots. If you look at the lineup, Moody is on the court for a lot of time. A lot of his time is with Mullins, Stevens, Lowry, and Pope. And to be honest, those are the 4 players on this team that are going to be getting the most shots. It's just the reality. So if Davidson's on the court with those 4 in the starting lineup, he's going to be the 5th option on the court. Whereas if he's on the court with only 2 of our starters, like he is for pretty much the entirety of his minutes, except for his last 4 currently, he's going to be the 3rd option. So I think getting 20 minutes where you're the 3rd option is just more valuable than getting the 24 that we're getting to Moody, where Moody's going to be the 5th option. And I think Moody's just more suited to do it. If you look at the tendencies, Davidson, I think, is just going to take more contested shots. Davidson has the 2nd highest contested 3 tendency on the team behind only Sam Hudson. Moody has, I think, the 2nd or 3rd lowest. I just don't want that 5th guy taking that many shots when the other 4 are on the court. I'm just being honest. Those are the 4 right now that are most suited to help us win. Davidson could nudge one of those guys out, sure, in the long term, but for this season, it's Andre Stevens, Francis Mullins, Sidney Lowry, and Malachi Pope that I want taking a lot of the shots on this team. And then I do want Christian Davidson to be taking the 5th most shots. And I think he's more likely to do that coming off the bench than he is starting. And so that is why he is coming off the bench. I just think it's actually going to be better for his development because his role will be better in his minutes on the court because he won't be playing with all of the starters alongside of him, except for that little 4-minute stretch in the 4th quarter. And I don't even know, honestly, if I want that to continue for that much longer. The other thing I wanted to look at before we hop into our opening night matchup with the Kings is the plays that we have assigned for every player. If you have any opinions on maybe changing some of these or just rearranging the priority, for sure let me know. I'm not opposed to doing that. I typically look at this at the beginning of every season, and then if I see a problem during the season, I'll change it as well. But here are our priorities for Lowry. I did switch up 3-point and PNR ball handler were reversed prior to this season, so I just switched those two. He's got cutter and then isolation as his fourth. And yeah, I think he gets really good plays there. AC Stevens next. He only has 2 plays assigned to him, roll man and post up low. Don't mind that. Sam Hudson, I tried to make a lot of his plays coming off ball because he has the highest. He has an insanely high shot 3-point tendency. He has an insanely high contested shot 3-point tendency and off screen and everything. So I just want to try to get him most of the plays that we're running for him to be off ball so that when he's on ball, he might actually pass more because he is a really good passer as well. He just is so inclined to shoot that I think he needs a lot of his scoring opportunities to be coming off ball. Andre Stevens, PNR roll man, post up high, mid range, and cutter are his 4 that are assigned to him. I think I like the looks that he got last year, so I made no changes to that. Davidson, mid range, 3-point, PNR ball handler, and cutter are his 4. You're going to see cutter in pretty much everybody because I feel like we have a really good team with good athleticism, good size, and good passing. So I feel like the cutter plays work for us quite often. Moody, 3-point handoff receiver, cutter, and PNR wing. I've never changed his, and I think he gets good looks, so I'm fine with it. Ernest Augustine is going to get only PNR rollman and cutter. And then Malachi Pope, PNR ball handler, isolation, handoff receiver, and 3-point is what we're going to start for with him. We'll see if we like those looks. Post up low, PNR rollman, post up high, and cutter will be the 4 we have for Mullins. Fisher is just the PNR ball handler, but other than that, I think that's pretty much everybody. Nope, there's one more. Patrick Baldwin, PNR rollman, which is really pick and pop for him. 3-point, PNR wing, and handoff receiver are his plays. And I think that should be it for everybody that's getting minutes. Yes, it is. That's all I wanted to talk about before the game. So let's hop in now to opening night against the Sacramento Kings. Kyrie Irving, who are signed with that team. Talked about it at the very end of last episode. Going to be a tough man to stop, but we've got a lot of exciting debuts to get to with this opening night matchup. And for the first time, we are at home. Maybe in season 1 we were at home. I know the last 2 seasons we were on the road. Very excited to see all the shiny new toys that we have on the roster. See how they'll play for us here. And we've getting the action underway. Sidney Lowry taking the first shot of the season, and it is good. Starting off with the 3 ball. Fultz passes inside to Bobby Hickman. Thought it was going to be Gus Miles starting, but the Kings decide to start rookie Bobby Hickman. They have 2 of my favorite centers that have come out of the draft in this series. Malachi Pope trying to get the pick and roll going, but instead his pass is stolen, and then Kyrie Irving. How do you defend that? This guy, I think, is the hardest guy to defend in 2K. It is crazy how good he is in the CPU versus CPU series. Moses Moody gets a clean look and drains a 3. Kyrie off screen, but too much on it. Lowry, defended by Kyrie Irving. Gotta like this matchup, but he doesn't shoot it. Instead hands off to Moses Moody, another clean look, and he hits the jumper. Marshall for Sacramento finds a clean look from 3 and hits the shot. And off to Pope. Trying to go up top for Sidney Lowry, and it's tipped and stolen. Irving giving space off the screen and hits the leaning 3-point shot. Pope with it again. Trying to find somebody. Finds Andre Stevens. Had a decent look from beyond the arc, but he can't get it to fall. Kyrie in transition. I mean, how do you guard this guy, man? He hits everything. All 3 levels. Lowry, like that look, but he missed the shot. Inside, that one's stolen by Malachi Pope. Pushing ahead to Sidney Lowry. Pulls up from the mid-range. He's got 99 mid-range shot rating after the progression from last season as Hickman gets the shot to go after the pump fake, and we call timeout, down 15-10 here after 4 minutes. Moody inside, the layup falls. John Collins tried to draw the charge there, but he had really no chance. Irving, clean look for him, but he missed the shot. Seeing Sam Hudson into the game for the first time. Lowry off the mark from 3. Collins has Ernest Augustine in the post and gets the tough turnaround shot. It's a fall for him. Mullins top of the key, kicks to Lowry. He's forced to put something up with 1 second on the shot clock, and kind of seeing a little bit of stalling here from this Nashville offense. Markelle Fultz the other end. It's that free throw line jumper to fall. Lowry. That's the kind of look I like for him, and he drains it once again. Get some space off the 3. Square up and shoot, and Lowry's going to hit those shots nearly every time as Hudson fouls Fultz on the jump shot. Hits 2 for 2 from the line. Fultz is inside and misses the layup. Lowry to the rack, and he slams it in with force. What a dunk. That's the kind of statement we needed in this offense. Things haven't been going super excellently here in the first. And Lowry just puts that one down. Hopefully that can get things going for us. But Fultz gonna get the and one here on Sam Hudson. Hudson's the only guy under 6'5" on this entire team getting minutes, so he's likely to get picked on occasionally defensively. But I don't think he's such a bad defender it will be a problem for us. Lowry's starting to get heated up now. Horton Tucker. And remember when Horton Tucker was the leading scorer of this team in year 1? That was wild times. Mullins kicks it to Hudson in the corner, can't hit the 3. Fultz now driving on Hudson, kicks it to Bobby Hickman, and we've seen a lot of him here in the first. And a nice job scoring on the inside. Lowry defended by Guy Harrison, one of the only 2 players with Hall of Fame ceilings from last draft class. And by last draft class, I mean 2 off seasons ago, of course. He steals the ball from Lowry, and that was he just dribbled it right into him. That was horrible, but a nice job to force the miss on the other end. Lowry now. Trying to step back, create some space. Didn't have a ton of it, but he had enough. That one's stolen. A nice defensive play from both Davidson and Hudson there. Now the other way, and Davidson hits the 3. A beautiful sequence for the Sound. Lowry to Davidson. Not to Davidson, to Hudson. He's going to split his free throws here and give us a 1-point lead with 40 seconds left. Inside, Robinson Earl hits the shot. Sacramento back with the lead. We've got one more shot here. Lowry, bounce pass to Augustine, and he hit the shots. Ernest Augustine ends up being the first rookie from our class to score. Not something I would have guessed at all. And Nashville with a 1-point lead going into the second quarter. Offense stalled out there for just a little bit there, but ended up with a really solid 31-point quarter. Starting the second, Kyrie trying to find space on Christian Davidson, but he does a nice job. Pope checks back into the game here. He's going all the way. Turns around and can't hit his first basket. He's now mismatched against Gus Miles. That's not what we want. And he's going to get the foul and allow the bucket as well, but not much you can do there. Point guard mismatched against the center in the post, but Miles missed the free throw. Pope now. Beautiful bounce pass between all those Sacramento defenders, and he gets the assist. Kyrie from the mid-range found the space to hit the shot. He has been very difficult for us to stop. And there it is, the first basket for Pope coming off the mid-range jump shot. Kyrie responds with a mid-ranger of his own. Stevens now going inside on Robinson Earl. Good defense. Stevens shoots it and hits it all the same. THT gets some space off the double screen. Missed the shot, but Gus Miles cleans up the boards. They have two of the better, rebounding centers that have come into the league over the last couple of seasons. Andre Stevens missed the top of the key three. Beautiful pass by Kyrie, but it's blocked by AC Stevens. Nice effort from our backup center, Davidson. That's an acrobatic finish coming off the double screen. Kyrie. And that one's tipped, but it gets back to him. Now he's going inside on Christian Davidson and draws the foul. We don't have anybody that's been able to stay in front of Kyrie so far. Pope with the ball. And it gets stolen from him. Markelle Fultz been a tough matchup for Pope so far. Irving. Spinning and getting the shot to go. This guy has been a serious problem here in the first half. Nashville finds Andre Stevens. The assist goes to Pope. Top of the key. You can't just leave him that wide open. Not the best shooter on the team, but he'll definitely hit those ones. Seams with it again. Defended by Robinson Earl. This time going off the glass. Kyrie. Pick and roll top of the key. And all he needs is a tiny bit of space. He's already up past 20 points on the night. Pope trying to find Andre Stevens again there, but it gets deflected. Pope seeming to have a little bit of problem here against the length of these Sacramento Kings in this first half. Fultz makes it 51-44 in favor of Sacramento. Pope got space off the pick and hits the shot. 2 of 3 early for him. Robinson Earl. Passing around the horn, but no good there for Sacramento. Pope now shooting the 3. Can't hit that one. Kyrie just always looking for his shots, and he can always seem to find it. Andre Stevens has Kyrie in the post, gets by him and slams it in. Pick and roll. Hickman turns around and hits the shot. This guy's been really good. You can see why I liked him and was going to be willing to pick him at 7 should he have been there. Instead, we got Mullins, which I was very happy with, and I'm also happy with that possession there, getting the wide open Sidney Lowry 3. John Collins responds with one of his own, though. 8-point Sacramento lead, 3 minutes left in this first half, but Lowry heating up here, trying to put us back in it. Collins, this time he misses the 3. Hudson dishes inside to Francis Mullins, and that's his first field goal attempt and his first NBA basket. Came a little bit later than maybe I'd want, but better late than never. Another feed inside to Mullins and another slam dunk. 2 in a row after not shooting at all for the first 20 plus minutes of this game. Collins hits that 3. That's a little ridiculous. I mean, it's John Collins here. He's not like that. Baldwin just takes the jumper. Thought he had enough space, and he did. Back down to a 1-point ball game. Feed to John Collins, and he slams it on top of Patrick Baldwin. It's kind of the risk you play paying Baldwin at the 4. If they have a big physical power forward themselves, it's going to be a tough matchup. And that was a tough shot by Francis Mullins. Able to hit it. Going to play now here for the last shot of the first half. maybe retake a 1-point lead going into the break. Lowry thought he had space from the mid-range, excuse me, and he did. 23 first half points for Sidney Lowry in this one, and it's a 65-64 Nashville lead. The second quarter dead even between these two teams, and both teams scoring pretty easily in this one. Fultz in the post, turns around and has the space to go off glass. High screen and roll, and a bounce pass is stolen. Hope just not quite getting these passes where you want them. Turnovers been a bit of a problem here in his debut game, and for Lowry too, that's the second time in this game he just straight up dribbled into a dude. He has these great playmaking ratings, but again, they just don't seem to quite work out for him in these spotlight games. But Malachi Pope hits a nice three, leaning his first three-pointer of the game, and Bobby Hickman scores inside over Mullins. He's kind of been neutralizing Mullins for most of this game. I think Hickman's the kind of center that can definitely give a guy like Mullins some problems. You know, the 260-pound paint beast. Not the best matchup for Mullins, I will say. And Kyrie somehow gets that to go. Lowry's 6 inches taller. He's an excellent defender with excellent position, and somehow Kyrie still scores. It is incredible. Almost as incredible as Sidney Lowry's efficiency. 26 points on 13 shots so far in this game. Kyrie once again finishes over Lowry, dude. If Lowry can't defend him, nobody can. Lowry's like the perfect defender for a guy like Kyrie, and he hits that tough shot on the offensive end. At least he's keeping pace with them. Malachi Pope pokes that one free from Fultz and gets fouled by him on the other side. Unfortunately missed his first free throw. Why we can't go 2 for 2 from the line is just beyond me. The other teams can, but we never seem to be able to. Hickman finishes inside once again. Lowry. That's a wide open shot. Nice screen there. Hickman going against AC Stevens and just bullies him down low, man. This game's making me realize maybe we need somebody to go up against these paint beasts. Our heaviest player on the team is actually Andre Stevens, who's 6'11", 250. Maybe he is the matchup that we put on these paint beasts going forward. I just don't know. It's tough to say as Kyrie gets fouled on the drive. He goes 2 for 2 because he always does. Lowry, pick and roll, top of the key to AC Stevens, excuse me. He hits his first, and the most unlikely source of them all is the first one to actually go 2 for 2 in the game for us. Harrison goes inside, it's stolen. Lowry pushing it down the other way to Moody, and that's a very uncharacteristic shot of him. He's usually quite good with his shot selection. Kyrie, nice job fighting through the screen by Lowry. Lowry with it now. Underhand feed to Andre Stevens. Didn't look like he had a ton of space there, but he had enough to hit the shot. 5 minutes left in the third. Somehow Markelle Fultz slips through the defense for the point-blank shot. Pope, good look from 3. Missed it, though. Kyrie, you just gotta defend up a little bit more than that if you're Moses Moody there. Pope tries to go underhand to Lowry, and again, this length, he's just not quite used to it. He's got to learn to change his passing angles a bit. Turnovers continue to be a problem for him. He's trying to set his teammates up. He's just keeps getting his passes deflected, and there he just missed that isolation attempt. Kyrie stepping back. And is Andre Stevens the only one that has been able to stop Kyrie in this game? The most unlikely of defenders is the Kyrie stopper. Beautiful step back there by Sidney Lowry. Wow. That one is no good from beyond the arc from Sacramento. Lowry the other way. Dishes to Ernest Augustine, and he hit that shot. And I have confirmed that he does have the Draymond Green base to his jump shot. I just had to look because it was just so ugly and familiar, and he does indeed have that ugly Draymond Green base to his jump shots as Hudson. Nice little tough floater. And if you think about it, he's not technically a rookie, but he only played 2 games for us last year in the NBA level. And for all intents and purposes, Hudson's a rookie too. We really have 4 rookies here on this team. And so a lot of new faces. Going to take some time, of course, in this season for everybody to gel together and get the team chemistry up. But so far, offensively, not looking like much of a problem. Lowry had a good shot there, but he couldn't hit it. By Harrison, wide open from 3. Missed it. That's not his game at all. And mostly just a dunker, if we're being honest. The other way, Lowry feeds Patrick Baldwin wide open in the corner. That shot is going to be money more often than not. Collins, another crazy shot. He's been hitting some tough shots for Sacramento today. And it's ultimately going to be 96-88 in favor of the home team here as we enter the 4th quarter stretch. Pope feeds inside to Andre Stevens. There you go. Been trying to feed his teammates all night and had some varying success, but here he gets 2 assists back to back to the big man. Kyrie missed that one. Too strong on that jump shot. Oh, dribbling around, takes the 3. That's not my favorite shot. Kyrie, other way, missed one of his own. Kyrie missing shots is definitely gonna help us if we're gonna try to hold on to this lead. There, Malachi Pope just brings Kyrie to the inside, uses his size to get the basket. That's what I like to see from Malachi. Malachi Pope, A+ name, by the way. Never talked about that in the draft process as Christian Davidson hits the 3 off the screen. Love that name. Dalen Horton-Tucker from the baseline, missed the shot. Feel like we need to come up with nicknames for these guys too. Coming up with nicknames is not necessarily my strong suit for sure. We have a lot of really young, exciting players, and I feel like nicknames are always good. Malachi Pope, like Malachi's, a biblical name, and then Pope, obviously. I feel like we can play with that a little bit. Now you got the duo from Duke that you can call when, Mullins and Pope make a play together. We got the Stevens brothers front court. Call Sidney Lowry the Kid. Not the best nickname, but it's what we've got for him right now. Nickname's not been my strong suit. Pope from 3. Missed it again. Turnovers and missed 3 has been a little bit of a problem for Pope today, but otherwise I feel like he has had some really solid moments. Here he gets a wide open mid-ranger. That one's going to fall for him. Kyrie from beyond the arc hits the 3. You can't give him that easy of a look. Back down to single digits. Sidney Lowry back into the game, and he gets the first touch here on the cutter play, slams it in. He's going to be very vital for us finishing off this game, and here he hits the mid-range shot on the isolation attempt, up to 39 for Lowry. Double comes, and the Kings don't have enough time to get the alley-oop to go in. A double really late in the shot clock like that, I don't mind at all. It's kind of the other doubles that I don't love is Lowry misses that shot. Sacramento, the other way. They find Kyrie down in the paint, and he shoots over Davidson and scores. I don't know how you defend that any better. This time the double comes much earlier in the shot clock, and you just can't leave the guy that's under the basket in the double team. You can't. It's nonsensical. Pope, another clean look from 3, but he's just not feeling it from that range tonight. And Mullins, that would have been a sick block. Instead, he gets charged for the foul. 2 for 2 for Sacramento there. Pope, nice shots on the drive. Irving gets the foul call on. Lowry goes 2 for 2. This time, Pope trying to get the inside shot, but I don't know if he was trying to draw the foul there or what. Not going to work out for him. Kyrie, deep 3 off the dribble, and he hit it. 4-point game. 3 minutes and change left in this game. We're watching the rest of it here. Can the Nashville Sound come away with this victory? Have a good chance at it here with a 2-possession game. Lowry can't hit the shot. Starting to string together some misses here, and that's allowing Sacramento back in. Fultz. They go to Kyrie off the screen, and he hits it again. Kyrie cannot be stopped, and it's a 1-point game. Lowry with it again. Need to get a make from him here. Drives inside. Missed again, but Andre Stevens able to clean up the boards. Not a good time for Lowry to start missing. Especially if he's going to be the one that's taking all our shots. Kyrie to Fultz. Back to Kyrie. And he hits it again. Of course he does. He cannot miss here in these final minutes. Need Lowry to start hitting, or we need to find somebody else to score the ball. Gonna run a high screen and roll with the duo from Duke, making their debut today. Pope rockets the pass to Mullins, but we couldn't find a shot we liked. Needs something here. Pope draws the foul on the drive to the basket, and he earns himself 2 free throws. First is good. Gives him 15 on the evening. The other one is good. He goes 2 for 2 when we really needed him to there. 16 points for the rookie. Kyrie. Top of the key, defended by Lowry. It's the best man for the job that we've got on the team. One of the best in the league. And he gets the assist to Marshall. Sacramento refuses to go away here. Last possession, we went to Malachi Pope. Do we go there again? He's driving in and takes the shot, and he hits it. Second possession in a row with Malachi Pope coming through for us. Need a stop. Lowry once again defending Kyrie. From the mid-range, Lowry doing an excellent job staying in front. Kick to John Collins, and he missed the shot. Nice contest from Andre Stevens. Pope with it once again. He's come through for us the last 2 possessions. This time, tough floater, and he hit it again! Malachi Pope up to 20. That's 3 straight possessions for the rookie that he's come through for the squad. And now we have a 2-possession lead. Under a minute left in this game. Kyrie missed the shots. Lowry playing some excellent defense down the stretch as well. Going back to Malachi. This time, he feeds Lowry. No good. Francis Mullins on the board, and the putback with the foul, and the rookies are coming through clutch in the last few minutes of this ball game. Free throw is up and in as well for Mullins. Just his 4th shot in the entire game. Has not been heavily featured here, but he's come through when we needed him most. 8 points, Nashville lead. One more stop, and you can likely say that this is an opening night victory. And we do get that stop. What a performance down the stretch from Malachi Pope. Saw him have some troubles early on with the turnovers, as now Lowry decides to start making some shots. But man, oh man, got inside, drew the foul the first one, and then hit 2 tough shots on the inside after that. The offensive rebound and the putback from Mullins, our rookies, already impacting winning here in their debut. And it's going to ultimately be a 126-116 Nashville Sound victory at home. We were able to outlast what was a really good performance from Kyrie Irving. Lowry ends up with 41 and 5. Andre Stevens with 22 on 12 shots was insanely efficient. Malachi Pope outlined his struggles, 1 from 7 from 3, 6 turnovers, but in the end, it was 20 and 10 in his debut and an ultra clutch finish. Mullins was not featured enough. Nobody else on the shot aside from those 3 got more than 4 shots. Don't know if that's going to be the case going forward. But wow. Awesome stuff down the stretch from Pope after some early game struggles from him. Don't often see 20 and 10 in somebody's debut. Mullins, I might need to affect his touches tendency a little bit. Want him taking more shots, but 51 from Kyrie Irving was not enough for Sacramento. Hickman was more featured than Mullins for sure, but also just outplayed him in this game. A double-double from Markelle Fultz as well. And that's all I've got here for this episode. An awesome opening night victory. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be continuing season 4 soon. And until then, sound up.